my artifact is, I don't know if you know what this is, that's cool, but if you don't, it's Vermont made maple syrup. I'm from Vermont, as you guys all know. So it has a huge part of my culture just because I'm from Vermont, and it's made in New England a lot. But before America was a recognized nation, Native Americans were actually making maple syrup by just boiling the sap, and it was kind of like an accident. They had a little bit in a bucket, and then the story goes that they had a little bit in a bucket that had leaked off of a tree, and a chief's wife actually boiled I don't know why it has to be a chief, but that's the story. A chief's wife actually boiled the bucket with some water in it, not knowing that the sap was there, and it created this mixture of maple syrup. And they actually used it to cook the venison that night, and it was delicious. So they eventually figured out that it was sap from the trees, and that created maple syrup. But maple syrup is a really large part of the economy and culture in New England specifically, but specifically Vermont, because that's where a lot of it is made. Its roots, no pun intended, begin in New England, so that's really cool. Canada also has some production of it, but not as much as the lower levels where the climate's a little bit better for it. So the first historical part of it really is the technology that was invented to better the production of it. Cast iron pots began to be used to boil large quantities of the sap to create syrup, and that made it easier for people to bottle it and get it out of the containers they were in and into bottles like this and sell it. The market started really growing when they could bottle it and sell it, because it was very hard to go from huge pots of it, like table size, boiling under log fires, and just using all of that before pretty much it went bad and bugs got infested in it and stuff. Metal buckets were a huge part too, because instead of hollowed out wooden logs, they could use the metal buckets to collect the sap from the trees. And nowadays they actually use electric pumps to pull the maple syrup from the trees, or from the sap from the trees, in order to make maple syrup. In my personal culture, in my family, there's a tradition of it. It's pretty expensive. Like this little bottle will be like 25 bucks. So it's really hard. It's not hard to get, but it's expensive to buy. So we usually have it on special occasions, especially Christmas morning. My uncle always brings over a decent sized jug of it for Christmas breakfast, and we always see if we can make it last till the next year, because it's really expensive and we never buy it. It's, in conclusion, it's really a lot like New Mexico's green chili. We use it a ton in cooking. My family uses it in cooking when we have it, and we put it in everything. Not spaghetti like Elf, but we do put a lot of it in it. New Mexico's green chili is the only thing I could compare to, really. But yeah.
Have you ever tried it in spaghetti?
No, I haven't. I could, I guess. But I also brought some little cups, and I was thinking about opening it if you guys want to try some, if you guys have never had it. So I'll pass around cups if you guys want.
I'm like, that's stuff, man.
But.
Yeah, the questions.
All right.